we are going to use an embedded form, and we're going to use it on like a landing page on our website. So if you're not using WordPress, you haven't got the ability to use a plugin that does a lot of the work for you. If you're using Wix or possibly Squarespace, you may need to rely on the embedded forms in order to get people onto your Mailchimp list. But if you're doing a landing page on a specific subject, and when they go onto your list, you want them into a specific group so that you can send a targeted email out to them containing the offer that you're offering in your landing page. Okay. So in order to get people into a specific group, we need to do what's called an embedded form with hidden groups. Now there is a help file in Mailchimp, which we will run over. So it takes you from the top of automatically adding subscribers to a group at sign up. So before you start, it's telling you to create a group. So for this, we're going to go in and jump in, and we're going to create 3 new groups. Let's call it. So we're going to go to audience, not templates, and we are going to view contacts, and under manage contacts, we're going to go down to groups. And we're going to create a group. And if you look at the help file, it says we should has checkboxes so people can select more than one. So we want as checkboxes, people can select more than one. So let's give this, let's just call this embedded demo. And we're going to give the group just simply group 1, group 2, and group 3. Okay, we're done for now. Okay, next steps. Modify your form code. So we're going to go down to, so it's giving us 2 options here. So we've got option number 1, where we want contacts to see the group options so they can pick themselves what group they want to go in. Or we've got option 2, where I don't want the contacts to see the group options. So it'll pre-select a group by default. So if you're doing a landing page on, and you've got it's all about offer 2, which is all about, get my top 10 tips for getting stronger in the gym in under 6 weeks. That could be a free ebook that you're offering, and that could be what your landing page is all about. So you could have one of your groups called Getting Strong. Now you could have another offer which is about fat loss, and you could have another offer which is about marathon training. If you're a PT, you could have all these different guides that you could give people. You could create landing pages for all these guides, and then when people do sign up, they get the relevant email from you with the guide attached to the email. So we do want to separate them, segment them into different groups. We don't necessarily want them to be visible, because the landing page is all about a certain topic. So when they sign up for that topic, they go into the group related to that topic. Okay. So we're going to go over how to do it with the groups hidden. So we're going to skip this point here where you want to see the groups visible. I'm going to go down to see, I don't want my contacts to see the group options. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to go to our audience tab and go to our embedded forms. Let's go over there, or we can just click on sign up forms and go to our embedded forms. Now we can see at the bottom here, we've got this embedded demo now shown. If we get rid of the interest groups, that actually all disappears. Now we've actually got 2 interest groups here. We've got the embedded demo, and we've got the interests group that we set up a few lessons back when we were teaching about groups. So what I'm actually going to quickly do is go into the form designer, and I am going to delete this one. Yeah, I'm going to delete that. So it's gone from our sign up form. And the only visible interest group we've got left is the embedded demo. So let's just refresh that. Okay, so as you can see now we've got the embedded demo, group 1, group 2, group 3. Okay, so we need to have that shown here. Okay. Yep, it says create a visible checkbox, and later when you're done modifying, you can hide the group. Okay, so to follow these steps, modify your form and code. So we're in the embedded forms. We're going to stick to the classic because the unstyled is very, very basic. And then these are the modifications we need to do to make them hidden and pre-selected. So we're looking for the line, we're looking for the container that contains the group code, and then we're going to add the following code inside the opening tag. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to copy this code. I'm going to go over to my website. I'm going to add the custom HTML form as we did in the embedded form lessons, and I'm actually going to paste it in here. Okay, so let's go back to that help file. Let's copy this text here, and we are going to look for the container with the group code. So if you don't know what a container is, it's basically a section in HTML coding that contains that thing that we're looking for. Okay, so what we've got here is this container for the group. As you can see, it's called an input group, and we've got our embedded demo written there. And then we've got input 1, input 2, input 3, and then that is the end of the container. Okay, so let's see if we can get this right. It's been a while since I've done this, and I never really do it because I find easy ways of doing things. So that's the opening, that's the beginning. So we just want to put under there and paste. No, we don't. We want to get rid of. Let's cut that out again. It's got to go before the closing bracket. There. Paste. Style display equals none. So let's update that. Let's just click on preview and have a little preview. Okay, so we can preview the form here. As we can see, it's not actually shown. If I just go back, if I just get rid of that again, so X preview, there we go. You can see it is shown. So we know we've put it in the right place when we go to here. Okay. Next section is we need one of these pre-selected. So basically what's going to happen is we've got the 3 options on the form, and if somebody selects one and submits, then it will put them in that group, which is great. Now we've hidden it so people cannot select one. So when they submit, they won't go into any group because none of the groups are selected. So if we have one selected but hidden, then when people submit, it is selected. It's out of sight, but it's selected, and it will put them in the group that we pre-select. Okay, so now we're looking for the input tag for the group we want the subscribers to be added to. So we saw in here, if we scroll down again, this is the section for the group. Here we've got input type, which is checkbox, which is group 1, as we can see there, and then we've got one for group 2 and one for group 3. To have one select, we simply add the word checked just before the closing bracket to force the form to check the box for your hidden group. So it should look something like this. So we'll see input type checkbox, and then right at the end, yeah, we've got the input type. At the end of that closing bracket for that section. So we scroll along. Yeah, so we come up to here. There's the end bracket just there, as you can see, and then the opening bracket for the next section. As you can see, just before the end of the bracket, we've got the word checked. So what we're going to do is we are going to go into the page, and we are going to do input type checkbox. There's the closing bracket, space CHECKED. Okay, so that's checked. So that is now made that hidden field, options hidden, but group 1 is checked. So when you subscribe, you're going to go into group 1. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy all that, Control A, Control C, and I am going to add a new HTML form. Actually, what we're going to do, preview that, we're going to add a heading there that says group 1. And then I'm going to add another heading, call it group 2. And I'm going to do the same for group 3. And then I am going to, just below it, I'm going to add a custom HTML. And we're going to paste that. And we're going to go back down to where we put that checked in. And we're going to get rid of it out of group 1. Control X. And I'm going to put it in group 2. Okay. Preview that. Looks good. And then for group 3, I'm going to add another custom HTML. Actually, I just need to copy that code again and paste it here. And again, I'm going to go down now where I've got that checked for group 2. I'm going to paste that in group 3. Oops. There. Okay. And update. Okay, so we're going to view that page, and what we're going to see is 3 sign-up forms. Okay, one is going to put people in group 3, one's going to put people in group 2, one's going to put people in group 1, but they all look identical. You wouldn't know the difference between them. Okay, so let's enter some information for group 1. As you can see, all these forms look identical, but they are actually going to do different things. We're going to just put somebody in each one. Group 1, surname. Let's just put in any sort of email address. Com. I agree and subscribe. Okay, so that subscription has been confirmed. This is going to be group 2. Any surname, any email address at .com. I agree. That subscription is confirmed. And let's just do another one of group 1. No, group 3. Any name and any email address, hotmail.com. I agree and subscribe. Okay, so let's subscribe. So the behavior of these forms, because we've got 3 different forms on a page, it's actually behaving quite differently. So that one's said thank you for subscribing, but these ones haven't. They've actually forwarded onto a subscription page. But that's because there's 3 on one page. Don't worry about that. It's a bit odd, but that's because of having the 3 forms on one page. Okay. So if we go now and have a look at our audience, what we should find is, let's view the contacts, is that we've got 3 new contacts and they're in a group each. So we have just had, so that was a test one I did earlier on. So we've just done these 3. So group 1 surname, group 2 and group 3. They agree to the data. And as you can see, they are now in the embedded demo group. One's in group 1, one's in group 2, and one is in group 3. So what we can do now is we can set up an automation that targets that specific group. So if people, when people enter into group 1, that triggers an email automation and it delivers the offer that's relevant to that landing page that we created. So yeah, that's how we do the embedded forms with the hidden group. And what we can do now is go back to our form builder, and then we can set that as hidden again. So it doesn't show up on our normal form. Save field. Yeah, so it's hidden. So if you do send people to that, it doesn't show up anymore, like so.